which actually they forget belong to us. And this is why I always say, you know, when the judge walks into the courtroom, he bows or she bows. We don't bow. He, she bows to us. We are the sovereign people.
We paid their wages.
This has been forgotten. This has been forgotten. And this is what characterises all of this now with the lockdown. That these people think they can effectively say to us that because Bill Gates is in the business of selling vaccines, that they will deliver to him, the Irish people, to be vaccinated, or if not, to become pariahs in their own country. Without citizenship of any proper meaningful kind, without the right to travel, without the right to do certain things, to be treated as if you have no rights. Now, this is what it ultimately comes down to, and I hinted at this to the judge because this is what we have to discuss. But if you are dealing with a process which is legalistic, which is narrow in its focus, which is entirely fixated on definitions and so on, then this will frustrate itself and will frustrate us and will frustrate you, ultimately the people. And we have to guard against this. We have to speak in ordinary plain language about real people and real events that are happening on these streets now and in other streets and other roads and byways all over this country. And we have to tell these people, you've got it wrong. The law does not belong to you or you or you. It belongs to us. It belongs to the people. You are our servants. You do not have the right. And as a politician, Leo Varadkar has no right to sell our soul to Bill Gates or anybody else, or sell our children's health to Bill Gates or anybody else. And this is what it comes down to now. This is really, I'm convinced, this is what it is about, fundamentally. You can see in the way they talk, in the way their stooges in the media talk. Ryan Tubridy says to Gad Varadkar, as though casually, well, we'll be like this for a long time, perhaps forever. Perhaps we'll never go back.
The new normal.
Well, we will go back. They may not come with us, but we will go back. So, thank you very much for coming out. We cannot tell you how grateful we are.
So grateful, and you must be frozen because there's a cold undercurrent. You know, you are just great because you're standing here representing all the decent and even the people who are in their coma, the sheeple, and you are coming out. They are coming out of their coma. It's a big shock for them. We have to try and empathise, sympathise with them because they're starting to realise that everything they have been told is a lie, and that's a big deal. We all remember that moment when it happened in our lives. And we had to question everything, and now we must question everything, especially as journalists.
Gemma, they won't wake
so
up.
they will. They are wakening up. It's difficult. Some of them never will.
We shouldn't say that. We cannot say that.
We cannot lose hope.
We have to believe in our fellow citizens and their fundamental intelligence and their capacity. Remember, they are under a tremendous barrage of propaganda on a daily basis, nightly basis, non-stop by corrupt journalists.
John, you're wakening up.
And it's very difficult because they don't understand the process. And part of what we've been trying to do is explain to them the process, show them how it works. That it's a kind of a process of hypnosis. That they're actually being put in a kind of trance.
You understand, John, they have an agenda which is going to evolve.
Well, we know that, yes, we do. We do. But that agenda can be stopped in its tracks if the people wake up.
That's all it takes. So every single one of you, look, you've got the van now threatening, menacing you here.
Community support. Paddy wagons.
Community support.
Support during the camp.
Exactly. To the gulag.
Extermination.
But no, you do. The main thing is to spread the word because we're a tiny population. We can waken up. We're actually in a much better position, I think, than a lot of other countries because we're a small tribe here, and also no other people in Europe fought harder for their freedom than we did. We're a completely unique position, and so it, really I don't think will take that long. Once we tell them, let them know that the fake news are lying, that this is an amazing breach. So many people now are learning about their constitution. And they're hearing us talk about right to free speech, right to free assembly, the right to travel within the state. And they're saying, oh yeah, well we didn't even know that, but that makes sense, of course we do.
Yes.
So it's a re-education of the population.
Yes, these are not things we can take for granted. This is the thing I think particularly younger people don't understand now, because the education has been so poor. They think they have the right to walk around, or that there's no such thing as a right, you just walk around. But when you have guys like this who have a different idea, you need constitutional support for your freedoms. And they need to be clearly spelled out, and limits put on the encroachment the state can actually engage in with regard to those rights. And that's what we're fighting for here, to preserve the limits that are on the right of the state to encroach upon the Constitution.
If we had 1,000 people here today or last Tuesday or before then, this would be coming to an end. It would be. So that's what we have to achieve, to get more and more and more people to turn up. We don't expect you to spend all day here, but there's no more important fight. There is no more important fight, because if we don't win this, it's inconceivable what they will be able to do.
We have to stay all night, we would.
Well, it's coming to that.
You can see the full picture of what's coming.
Oh, we do. All of us here, I'm sure. So we just need to build up the numbers. And you're all brilliant for coming here. We are eternally grateful, because without you here, it just wouldn't have the same meaning for us at all. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have our group picture. Yes. They know who you all are now.
Oh yeah, we get the
No, it wasn't that.
Get it with the